Whoever is tired of the current climate of your relationship, Spirit wants you to hold on. All right. I feel like put this separation off just a little bit longer. And I feel like this message is confirmation for somebody because you've been really on that line of going on ahead and separating yourself from this person. But I feel as though you just don't feel the spark. You don't feel the connection as much. You don't feel the good vibes. You're not really receiving a lot from this person, a lot of romance, a lot of attention, a lot of, thoughtfulness or consideration. You know what I mean? You could even be feeling like this person is baiting you. I'm hearing rage baiting you. This person wants to see how far they could take you, how far they could take you, and how far you're willing to go before everything falls apart. I feel like, I do feel like this message will find somebody after a separation, though. I feel like there will be a betrayal. There will be something where somebody's not getting attention. So even if it's not you, Virgo, it could be your person. I just feel like there's something that's pulling you away from the connection of this relationship, the intimacy, the good vibes, the just harmony. You're missing this. All right. So somebody's energy is being pulled in a different way. And what's going to happen is somebody's going to start finding someone else to lean on. Okay. And I feel like this could find somebody very late. This is why it's super important to tap into the energy, like, subscribe, really push it out and get it into the algorithm, because there are millions of readers on this platform, but there are millions of messages moving through the collective every day. There's billions of people on the planet. Let's make this make sense. Right. And so the message that I'm channeling may be very much so confirmation from something that a person is already feeling and knowing, but they are kind of guessing or wondering, that is like being omitted into the universe and it's channeling down to me. So somebody else could be going through something in the world and it's going out and it's channeling down to them. So that's so important for messages to get out into the algorithm. That's why, for me personally, I ask to subscribe and share. It's not because I'm going to get money from your clicks. I have no ads. I have no monetary gain here. But somebody is needed to hear this, because this could be too late for somebody. And the person in question of this reading could go on ahead or you could go on ahead and start an outside relationship, start connecting with somebody else, because we're seeking the attention that we're not getting from this relationship here. And I feel very strongly that this is a marriage, but I feel like there is a vulnerable marriage that is coming through here. And we can succumb to the tension in the connection instead of lifting ourselves up, working through some of these things, and both parties being invested enough and committed enough to make things happen. All right, make each other happy. And not even make each other happy. I'm going to take that back, but support each other in their happiness. Somebody's going to start being in their happiness on their own, and they're going to start feeling the lack of support of that happiness from the partner. All right. This could be you. This could be the other person. I feel like this is somebody that is your soulmate, somebody that is also teaching you a lot of karmic lessons as well. There's a lot of things happening, but it's happening for a reason. Okay. Whatever is going on in the current climate of your relationship is happening for a reason. As you are growing and as you are developing, Spirit wants you to be receptive to the lessons that are coming in for you, right? Allow yourself to reflect. How is this situation affecting me? How am I reacting to things that are happening in this relationship? And why am I reacting this way? There's so much to be learned here. All right. If you're feeling not very connected, you can't really bond with the person like you used to. There's not a lot of intimacy, romance, love making, things like that. It's like This is a time to really look at where you lie with this person truly. All right. Is it just something physical? Is it something conditional? It's really something to look at here. All right. Because at the end of the day, yes, you can't control the other person, but you really can make an impact on this relationship by controlling you, how you react, how you want to approach the situation. If you want to come from a resolved place, if you want to come from working on things or what have you. And this other person has to be that way too. But if they see that you feel it's worth it and they're worth it, then their insecurities are going to melt. They're going to feel safe to want to be vulnerable and work through some things with you, but they have to see that in you. You know what I mean? I feel like whomever you could be with and whomever is experiencing this, your partner is one that needs to feel safe. They don't want to be the only one, right? And you don't either. So why don't you come together and try to talk about this and and not even just try to talk about it. I'm talking about really do some work, some therapy. Allow yourselves to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Why do I keep losing my words? Recovered, you know what I'm saying, from whatever tribulations have been attacking this relationship, at any outside entities, right? A lot of, and this is so amazing that this is coming through because we are on the other side of this Mercury retrograde now, right? We have hit Leo season. We are moving forward. Yes, we have the post shadow phase, but in that, there is a lot of things that are coming up to the surface. Like, I was about to go on ahead and walk away from you. Okay. I'm really feeling this, but where communication could have been stifled or was very tense, there could have been a lot of like heavy energy. You know what I'm saying? The balance of this connection was off. The arguments was going 0 to 100 real quick. There was a lot of this tense energy. Now it's in a place where you can communicate from a space of respect, of a broader perspective. You know what I'm saying? You could see things from your partner's view. Your partner can see things from your view. It's better now to have these conversations if things have been tense and tough versus walk away. You were so close to doing so, though. And for some of you, you could have, like, somebody could have been very close to going on ahead and filing for a divorce, is what I'm getting. Or, again, just separating and saying, you know what, and somebody could have been very close to going ahead and calling they old little secret. You know what I mean? Their old rendezvous and just trying to find something. And if it wasn't you, it could have been this other person. But it's like Spirit is saying this is the time for you to really sit with this person before you go on ahead and separate. There's divine timing at play, a lot of balance and harmony. And, I feel like this person is your best friend, your soulmate, the one that, again, you have went through a lot of karmic lessons with, but I feel like you all have grown so much and got to a place where you can have a healthy relationship if you all choose. And notice I said if you all choose, like if you both choose, you all could have that. And I just feel like the stress is not necessarily over fully, but if this person wants to work things out, it's going to happen. If they don't, it won't. But at least you'll know. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I feel like, somebody is definitely going to want you back here. You're going to move away. You're going to try to go on ahead and shine without this person, if you so choose. But they're going to want you back because they're into you. You know what I'm saying? But again, this person could have been a bit insecure. They were threatened by something, again, or you could have felt this way and, switch these roles. But somebody felt like they were losing out on a connection with you. They felt like they weren't doing something right. They felt like they weren't enough. You know what I mean? And this person, whoever it is, you or them, could have been very bothered and intimidated, but it wasn't that they didn't want you. It's just this was heavier here. All right. They was talking shit like it was nonchalant, like very nonchalant, same shit, different day. Like this person could be very nonchalant, but at the end of the day, they keep their emotions very silent, very to themselves. All right. This person does not have the time to be very vulnerable. However, there can be a breakthrough. Unfortunately, Virgo, it's going to rely on you being vulnerable and allowing yourself to open up in this way and make it safe and comfortable for someone else to do this as well naturally. You can't force it. All right. I feel like there is a lot of this forceful energy coming through with this connection that I'm picking up on. And you or the other person could be trying to force something, force an issue, really bring up it could even be bringing up some stuff from the past, things that don't even matter, but it's creating a lot of this climate for your connection now. All right. And it's time to say, like, if this is true love, because we do have the true love at the back of the deck. If this is true love, can this go on ahead and withstand these challenges? Can we get through these challenges? And this is like an ultimate test of your relationship. I feel like whenever you find this message and you hear this, Spirit is telling you, yes, your relationship is being tested, but yes, you can pass. All right. It's just, you're going to have to wait for it. You're going to have to let things kind of play out. All right. Even if you had to move on from this person and they acting like they don't care, they're going to come back around, because true love is always going to win. And this person and you're always going to come back around and keep giving this relationship a chance. All right. You are, and it even says work on your partnership. I'm not making this up. Healing family issues, chemistry, the playfulness. This person is your friend, your soulmate, your person. And yeah, this retrograde was really difficult for this connection, but it don't matter. Like, and you could have kids with this person. All right, you could have went through some very hard times with this person as well. There could be some significant memories from Halloween past. Like, you all could have some very significant Halloween memories, especially if you have kids together. But I'm picking up on something like y'all are too locked in to let this just fizzle out. And you don't want to get to a place where you regret not really giving it all you have. Especially if they are willing to do the same and they are willing to meet you where you are. But you have to be vulnerable as well. Okay, it's going to take both of you to get through this. But I don't feel like all hope is lost, even though you may feel like that. And again, like I said, somebody could find this message too late and it's already happened. But if you found this after the separation, this person will come back and you will go back to this person. You may not go back the same. There may be some different parameters, or this person may have some different parameters. But at the end of the day, there is going to be balance, harmony, and friendship in this relationship. Even if y'all just stay friends, but you all are going to come back around and come back together here. But I feel like whatever is going on in creating this situation or this, environment for your relationship, it's going to pass. It's going to pass, especially as we get out of the shadow phase and as we get post shadow phase and we get closer to Virgo season. Okay. I feel like you could be dealing with an Aries. You could be dealing with an air sign here or a water sign. Go on ahead. Go on ahead. If anything from this resonated, please go on ahead and subscribe. I was trying to get done before the beep, and I feel like the beep is about to happen because that means my food is done. And I really, truly hope that I will see you in a future reading. See you later.